good evening, everyone. Thank you, Manchester United. On this Sunday, we have a special Sunday roast edition when it comes to the transfer market, as yesterday was bombas galore in terms of what's movement in the market. Wan Bissaka completing his medical today, according to Fabrizio Romano. It is a done deal, and that, my friends, is kind of opening the Pandora's box for others to also complete a medical. We are talking about Matthijs de Ligt and Mazraoui as well. That is scheduled for tomorrow. We're going to talk about that one. Also, we're going to talk about Bruno Fernandes extending his contract to 2027. We're also going to talk about further movement on the transfer market in terms of Hermoso for free, the centre back. We're going to talk about Ugarte and potential a striker that's coming in. This is, of course, the Sunday roast edition with Mick Ruby and Mark, the M&M show. Guys, you know what to do. You know what? Smash the like button and subscribe if you're new, and we will be back in 1 minute. Let's do this.
Welcome to MUFC Realist TV Transfer Corner and Rating Show. Buckle up. Here we go.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
Good afternoon. Sunday roast edition, Manchester United. How are you guys feeling today? Of course, for some that were out partying yesterday, you might be a little bit rough around the edges, but you also caught off guard with a solar plexus punch by brilliant Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein, saying that is a done deal for Wan Bissaka. There is a medical schedule for DeLigt and also Mazraoui. There's a package on 50 million that we were saying that Manchester United won this war of attrition, and we're going to talk about that, but I want to sort of put the finger on the pulse on you. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do so. We have the brilliant Mark Nurse waiting in the background, waiting to come in to talk to you all, guys, but anyway, I must certainly put my hand up to admit that in the midst of everything, when nothing was happening, I went out on a birthday celebration party, watching the game in a nightclub. You know how hard that is. And watching the penalty unfold. And I'm thinking, well, what I saw, it wasn't bad for United. It was a really good game. I mean, we were playing good from the back. Henke's doing his job, and the way we were attacking as well. We were just not clinical. And you know what? Rashford, you need to recalibrate your boost because you missed sitters. But it went down to 2 rounds of penalties. And of course, Onana saved one. And anyway, for me, it was a practice game. It was the Community Shield. And it was kind of a testament to say, wow, is this how we're going to play? I was kind of impressed. But let me know what you think in the non-live comment section. Or in the comment section, do you think Manchester United deserved to lose on penalties yesterday? I certainly didn't. Garnacho scored a beautiful goal in the 87th minute. And we couldn't sort of keep a tight lid where actually, the little guy come in and scored a header. And there was 1-1. So anyway, big up to all of you for coming in here. We have some big bombas coming in here. Honest to God, just now, I want to add this to the stage. The Captain Bruno, that was Captain Marvelous yesterday, that was ruled off the offside goal. What a goal when he stopped and paused and received the goal and just put a screamer right in the right corner. But unfortunately, he was offside. Exclusive news coming out here from the Don himself, Fabrizio Romano, to say, exclusive, Manchester United have reached agreement with Bruno Fernandes to extend his contract New deal will be valid until June 2027, plus an option, including for further season to June 2028. Salary at top at MUFC level, all set to be signed before the end of the summer window. Guys, there is some controversials. There's some people that don't say, oh, Bruno don't deserve it. But I like Bruno. And he is the catalyst in that midfield, right? In a right structure, Bruno, disciplined, he does bits. He's a stat padder. And of course, he's always available. So I've said applaud for that. Bruno Fernandes will be a Man United player for until 2027-28, potentially finish his career at United. This is astute. But let me know what you think. Sorry, a little bit cough. I'm just going to go and check the polls. Big up for everyone that's coming in here. We have legends in the house. Niall is here as well. Nice, Ned and hey, Mick, and the rest of the great presenters are good. I be at work, but hopefully you have a great show. Yeah, 100%. Listen, I do apologize. I have not been able to do a live stream. And as I said yesterday, you know, in the middle of a nightclub, in the middle of a birthday party celebration, all this news came out and I just had to sort of record a video. You know how it is? It's like, you know, on a mobile phone and upload just the breaking news, right? Rather than being sitting at home, stuck in my studio and actually do it live. But here we are now. So big up to you. Big up Stephanie Griffith. Always here, Stephanie Griffith, the one and only, the legendary Stephanie Griffith, the moderator that you can see here every single Man United channel. So big up to you, Stephanie, and big up Mick and VR Rumors as well. Jarle Malmin, big up Jarle. DeLigt deal is 15 million a year for 3 years. That leaves about 65 million to go. We're going to talk about that as well because apparently it's going to be divided into 3. DeLigt is being more of the expensive one. Well, we're going to cover that as well. And Mazraoui on around 20 million, I believe. So it's a 50 million package in total divided in 3 installments. And this, gentlemen, is what I've said. You know, this is Manchester United being smart. They've been waiting. They're playing the long game, knowing that Bayern needs to sell. You know, they were trying to mug us off, basically understand the injury of Lenny Euro. They try sort of milk a little bit more, but at the same time, Bayern Leverkusen put pressure on them and say, listen, you want Jonathan Tah? Time to pay up. And here we go. Angie, good morning to you as well. Good afternoon, everyone in the chat. Mods and VR Room from Manchester. Good news at all. At last, it's some good news. You know, my father always said, like, you know, the one that waits for something good never waits for too long. But some people are impatient. And even Sir Jim Ratcliffe said it himself, like, you know, nothing's going to happen on the switch of a light bulb. Like, you know, this is one transfer window that we are focusing on getting the deadwoods out and recruit a team for the future. We're not going to recruit in the Mbappes. We're actually making system players to play in that system that could win us the Premier League in every cup competition. So big up to you, Angie, as well. Wan Bissaka is leaving and DeLigt in. Oh, I mean, we're also missing to see, like, you know, likes of Lindelof that's going to leave as well. We're also going to see the likes of Scott McTominay leaving as well. So listen, there's plenty time in the transfer window to go, and I believe we're going to get those deadwoods out. Man, just remind yourself that the way we were sitting last season and the seasons before, we would just be lucky if we had a signing 3 weeks left of the window with John Murtough sitting on his thumbs and not doing anything and overpaying on the market and selling players. So actually giving the players away for free. So big up to you, Angie, as well. Come on, guys. Smash that like button, what you're saying. 100%. The channel just hit 37 subscribers, peeps. I am so delighted to announce this. We are 3K away from the magic bullet target, which is 40K. That is insane. You know, never in my wildest dream when I started this channel 2 years ago, did I dream to have 40,000 subscribers almost and talking to amazing community all around the world, including yourself, talking about transfer news, talking about tactics with Jarvis and Stu and all that people that comes in and do it for the love of Manchester United, but also doing the pre-match, you know, and doing, like, you know, the collaboration when we do the watch-alongs and the post-match reviews and everything. And this is the passion. And big up Stu for coming in as well. Big up Stu, wherever you are in the world. Let me know in the VR room whereabouts you are from as well, so I can shout you out. I am, as you know, sitting in Thailand afternoon. Good afternoon, Casimir. Afternoon to you, everyone. And John Commode, all the way from Miami. Hello. Love this intro. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. That is the creative mind of the crazy Mick Ruby, the one and only. Jeffrey, what you saying here, my friend? I hope we sign Ugarte and Sanderberg. Well, we're going to talk about that as well. So hold your horses. Hold my beer on a Sunday or afternoon tea. Angie, again, the lady that never stops giving. I love you, Andy. Angie, sorry, not Andy. Did I say Andy? Angie, I mean. Hey, Mick and Mark. Mark is coming in soon. You know how Mark is. You know, Mark's middle name is always late, right? He's a Trinidad Tobago, so he's always right. 2 more incoming. There will be more incoming. Let's see. George Vukovic all the way in the house. Vukovic, brate. Mark, what do you think about Kai Rooney? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to park that question to the Q&A section. Sancho and Polisi on their way out. That looks like it. You know, I was sitting with the guy yesterday. He was a mad Panathinaikos fan. And he said, like, Pelistri's playing. That means that we're not going to sign him. Well, hang on a second. And he also admitted that Panathinaikos don't have the money. You know, what do we really want for Pelistri? He did a little bit of audition yesterday, but can we get 10 million for Pelistri? He said to me, we don't have that much money. We probably will not get him if we are offering 5 million. But at the end of the day, like, you know, Pelistri's not the problem. Pelistri's the one that I like to keep. Pelistri and Ahmad would be a fantastic addition. Jadon Sancho, on the other hand, if we get Jadon Sancho out, we are looking at 40, 60 million, right? Depending on PSG, 100%. We know that Desiree Doué is now going to Bayern, according to now where they are releasing, you know, 2 signings and getting money for United. It means they can go, Bayern can go for Desiree Doué and also Jonathan Tah. Rush Mano, big up. Rush Mano in the house, DeLigt, Mazraoui, Martinez, and Euro Daloy on the top defensive line, but also Hermoso, man. We're going to talk about Hermoso. That is a guy that is on the free, like Atletico Madrid, a free, walking away for free. And that is a left-footed center-back that can also play left-back. So Hermoso, for me, I've been doing a lot of scouting, looking at him, and it's like, if we get Hermoso in for free, that is one hell of a window. Let me know what you think, Rushmano, regarding Hermoso as well. Blitz Extreme, big up my man, bro. We deserve to lose. We deserve to lose. We played to scumbag would win, forgot the chance, the intent. No, I don't know. I don't agree with it. That was a friendly, but the way I was watching the game without the sound, like, you know, the way we were playing out for the back was a totally different team, in my opinion, right? The way we were pressing as 6 on front was also different. Like, okay, Mason Mount to start as a false number 9 in the first half. Yeah, at least we kept it, you know, kept a clean sheet to the 87th minute, and brilliant goal from actually, you know, Garnacho. Again, Garnacho delivers. But the little magician, what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. You know, I keep forgetting his name. The little midget from Portugal, Fernandes' best friend. Help me. I've been having too much to drink last night, so my brain is a little clogged up at the moment. I cannot lie. But this header was brilliant, like, you know, and you're just thinking, wow, 1-1, wow, shit. But the way we went out on penalties, Onana saved it, and then, you know, penalties is a 50-50. Anyway, my goodness, we have an uppercut coming right here, right now. Are you guys ready to duck? Let's duck. Hang on, incoming. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. First and foremost, Angie, the legend herself, been a member for 14 months, but Angie comes in with an uppercut, just the pure knock in the solar plexus, gifting 10 memberships. Guys, Angie, you are a bloody legend. Let me see who was become a member. IC Roberts became a member. Big up to you. King Tone would become a member. Gary, Gray 100, Jerome Abrams as well. JCY Talks Football became a member, and BZ Biz 0417 United We Stand also member. Jim Watkins, Vasilis Makris Kalisperas, how are you doing? Became a member, and Stephen Norton as well. That's 10 members that was gifted for Angie. So listen, guys, if I missed to shout you out, do us a massive favor. Welcome first and foremost to the channel. Welcome to the members gang, and also thank Angie for this membership. Give her a love, hearts, and roses. A big massive pat on the back. Let's go back to business, guys, because Mark is late and we got to continue, right? So anyway, let's get it right into the show. I don't know what you're thinking about this game yesterday, but Jarvis is in the house. Wow, she's the queen. You know, Jarvis, we got to treat the queen the right way. Big up, Jarvis. How is your Marbella experience? Jarvis is on holiday, coming back on Tuesday. That means that Jarvis is not going to be in the Jarvis corner tomorrow, but it's going to be his substitute, which is going to be Botswana Papi, the same usual Stu as well, and also Tom Jones, and potentially some other guests as well. We will see. John Commode, if you're available, join the panel tomorrow, to be honest. Joseph, what you seeing here, my friend? Why United is not using Belinda, the number 1 goalkeeper? Belinda? Who is that? You mean Bayander, not Belinda? Well, we will see. He's still here. I don't know, right? We only seen Bayander once in Manchester United shirt, right? But I am very critical to Onana. But yesterday, the way he was playing out at the back, his distribution was good, right? The way we were playing out the back, the patterns of play was just sublime. And that's like pinch me, because was this United of the last season? No. This was a totally different style of play. And how we were playing out of the back, and how we were pressing, this is definitely the work of I don't know what I'm calling him, Henke, you know what I mean, defensively minded, and Ruud van Nistelrooy as well. Let's get right into the show, people. Stu is here, basically. Stu Wally. Is that you, Stu Wally? Nice, not Stu Bliss. He's lazy. Wake up, mate. Right, listen, Mark is lazy. Mark is kind of always late, so let's get right into the show. John Commode, I try to join tomorrow. Yeah, big up. John Commode, you try to join tomorrow. I'm usually working, and this, yeah, guys, Jarvis, you know what to do. Send the link to John Commode tomorrow if he wants to join the show. It is your show after all, and you are responsible for the panel. Listen, guys, as explained earlier, Bruno, Captain Marvelous, has been given a contract extension to 2027 with a 1 year plus. So Bruno will most likely finish his career at United. I'm excited, and some people don't like Bruno. Some people have an agenda. I absolutely love Bruno, and I think that Bruno this season will cook. Yeah. Yesterday he came in, we saw what we're missing, and Bruno scored a beautiful goal, which was unfortunately offside. So yeah. Anyway, let's dive right into the stories. Let's bring it on. Let's go and check the transfer hot-meter. What's going on since we went on yesterday to watch the game, and there was bombas coming in. Wan Bissaka is a done deal, 20 million. Let's see, because apparently, all right, Fabrizio Romano came in to say Wan Bissaka in London right here, right now for medical test. New West Ham player, formal process has just started. He will sign a 5-year contract later on today. So that is a done deal. Also coming out from Ben Jacobs, Wan Bissaka will receive a payout around 5 million for Manchester United. So what does that mean? What does that mean? And that, my friends, is no other than Mark Nurse Q. Mr. Late, Mr. Bombastic, Mr. Lover. Ooh.
I think
Why
I
are
would
you
like...
late? Why are you late? You're a disgrace.
I went to do some stuff, took a while walking back. It was long. The train was late as well, so I had to walk, so that was really why I'm late. But more importantly, I think I came in.
Wait, it's embarrassing.
Mark.
It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
Well, you have to do it old school if the technology doesn't work, Mick.
Time out. Can I ask a question? A serious question. I know you're from Trinidad and Tobago. I know that it's Trini time, right? But you know me, I'm also punctual. If it's on the dot, it's on the dot. How can we improve? If you were employed by Dale Brailsford, Mr. Marginal Percent Improvement, what is the one tip he can give you to always be on late, Mark?
Well, I think Sir Dave Brailsford would understand, because it's about the value that I bring and not just being on time. I think when I'm here, I bring an extreme increase in the value. So I think he would appreciate that I got there. I made the effort to get there as quick as I could, because if I had waited for the next train, I would not be here right now. I would be now getting off that train at this current moment. So it was one of those things. But big up. Big up to everyone in the chat coming in. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. let's get into the important news. Back to the business.
Let's start with Wan Bissaka. It is what we've been
Big up
saying
to
on
Neil.
the channel. Yo, I'm queuing you up here right now, Mark. I'm queuing you up. So big up for Mark as well for coming in. Listen, we've been sitting here for weeks and weeks and weeks and discussing Wan Bissaka to say this is the key player. If he moves, we're going to see movements. And now we've seen bomba movements. As soon as he was booked for medical, we saw like boom, 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 boom. We have double, triple bookings on medicals. We have a potential. Tomorrow has been reported, or today we have Mazraoui and also Matthijs de Ligt coming in. And by the way, if we registered both of them, they can be available for the Fulham game. But I want to talk to you regarding Wan Bissaka. 20 million, 5 million apparently goes to Wan Bissaka.
That makes sense. I won't say that, Mick. I think you have to blame the previous regime for making these silly contracts. Now, at the end of the day, I feel like, we have to take it in stride. A lot of the situations coming in now is a matter of course and not a matter of choice. You know what I mean? So it's a great deal. The fact that we got 20 million, it kind of balances off the situation. Because remember, we were asking somewhere like 15 plus 5 in add-ons or something like that. We got 15 guaranteed and we got 5 to pay Aaron, which is the contract terms that we discussed with him. So the most important thing for me, the takeaway that I think every fan should pay attention to is the fact that United has finally decided to pay out contracts to get these deadwood out. And I won't really say Wan Bissaka is a deadwood per se, but in general, if you look, they're in discussions with Lindelof to do the same thing. So that's why I'm using that terminology.
I mean, that was the ineptness of John Murtough and the old regime, the way they were doing business. They pretty much gave away players, including they put a 20 million selling clause for Greenwood. That was our asset just to have him on a loan. And that doesn't really make sense. Stupid. How stupid can you get?
I think that was,
anyway, Mark. Angie has a point. Yeah. I don't call you late. I am Mr. Espresso, right? So now on, you Mr. Latte. Late. Latte.
Yeah, I'll have to try some of that coffee. I'm usually a tea kind of guy in the mornings, but I will have to be sipping on coffee from now. Need to get up early. But it's okay. It's okay.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's
with the good news that everyone got last night, like I would say this, prospectively, some of the best news I got last night was our willingness to sign the deal for Mario Hermoso on a free.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
We're going to talk about that as well. So you are jumping the gun, my friend.
Oh, sorry. I'm good.
I am frustrated. Listen, we've been sitting here doing Mickey Mark transfer show, no movements. Yeah, we've been talking. We've been saying as soon as Wan Bissaka moves, we're going to see bam, 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 bam. What happened yesterday, Mark? What happened
yesterday? Bam, 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 bam.
Mick takes the time off, goes to a birthday party in a beach club. In the middle of you doing the watch-along streaming, and all hell breaks loose.
Well, actually, that happened before the watch-along, Mick. I think while you were getting ready. Yeah, you were away, but it was all kicking off because before
it was kicking off, and I was powerless. I was sitting with my mobile phone. Shit.
But don't worry,
like video in the middle of the of the nightclub.
Lucky for the guys in the VR room, you know what I mean? I was not at a party. I was actually up early because I was expecting some news. And I was able to bring some news to the guys yesterday morning. You know what I mean? Just up before lunchtime. So I was able to tell them, look, hey guys, it's getting on right now. You know what I mean? These players are coming in. It was a great deal, to be fair. I think 51 million pounds for the two players. It's a very good deal. De Ligt is a valuable asset. When you look at what he offers to the squad, it's more like you're thinking about this. He checks the box of familiarity with the style of play.
Yeah.
He checks the box with he knows the manager. He checks the box where he's physical. He has quality in the air. He's very good on the ball as well. And he checks the box where he will be a good partner for Lisandro Martinez or the alternative that we might have.
Please, if you're going to have questions, do like Jarvis, come in with the queue and ask your question. We're going to jump the gun. We're going to answer Jarvis's question. Big up Jarvis in Marbella. Do you find any beautiful, you know what I mean? There, what's your thoughts on Casemiro yesterday? Are we looking at the comeback season? Mark?
Yeah, I think, to be fair, guys, let's be honest about Casemiro last season. We don't know if he was struggling with injuries or what, but what we also did know is that the team was struggling to come to terms with the style of play, what was required of them in different situations, and with a defense that was not able to play a higher line. Now, if you look at the play in the past couple of weeks throughout preseason, we've been playing a higher line. Yesterday, we played a higher line. It was the furthest distance I've seen between Onana and the defense consistently since last season.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I say the last few games. Now, with Casemiro, having players around him that not only are mobile, but are also able to play well, big up the Jarvis, that also able to, cover him for the fact that he might lack a mobility, but also knowing their role, they're able to have that compactness that we missed. But we also saw this in the FA Cup final in the last few games of the season. And now there's quality coming into the squad. If you can see that there's different profiles coming in, even when Collier came on, Collier was a big impact in the midfield when he came on around Casemiro, and Casemiro was allowed to just be there and use his experience.
Look, I cannot lie. I got a lot of shit because I was watching the game in the middle of the dinner table. Like, I love Manchester. I never miss a game. But the way I was seeing, what's going on here? How are they playing out the back? Triangles, tick, tack, tuk, like, Jesus, I don't recognize my team. And that was beautiful to see, right? And Licha, I never forget when he ran back and clipped that player, took the ball, boom, like a bloody warrior, and Marcus Rashford, of course, Rashford's a little bit, he missed a couple of sitters. Calibrate your boots, Marcus. We could have won this game, right? So I was sending a very bad connection. Next thing I know, 87 minutes, we're 1-0 up and say, yes, we're going to do this. And then the little midget, what's his name, scored a beautiful header. What's his name now?
Bernardo Silva. He shouldn't be on the pitch, though. He should not have been on the pitch. He should have gotten a red card. He should have gotten a red card. And I mean, there are multiple players that should have gotten multiple cards yesterday for Man City. I think some of the tackles on Mason Mount was horrific, to say the least. I think it was a United player. We would have probably seen something like that. So, in my opinion, it is what it is. I think the performance of United is something all the fans could take away. We had created so many chances. Imagine Man City having, 2 chances against Manchester United. When I say big chances, right? And 1 on target for the entire game. That's no one would look at Man United defense last season and look at that game yesterday and say, was this the same United they've been seeing last season? Because we did not concede 30 shots. We did not even concede 15 shots. We did not concede 12 shots. I think it was 9. I mean, 9 in total, 7 off target.
I haven't had the chance to watch the game back yet, but I'm going to ask you that did the watch a lot. Do you think United deserved to lose? Because the game that I was watching on my mobile phone, it was like, wow, we look like the better team in 2 halves, right? The way we were pressing, the way we were defending, the counterattacks was astute. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, right? Amad Diallo was really good. Garnacho comes in, and I was thinking, where's Xerxes, right? Is Xerxes coming? Did Xerxes get any minutes, by the way?
No, he didn't play yesterday, but I mean, I think everyone is wondering if he has a knock. I don't think he has a knock. I just think it's the same as a situation where he took stock of what happened with Leniora, and he said, you know what, this is a game that's not going to define our season. It's a cup. We would like to win it. We have strengths in the team despite Xerxes. Let's just keep him on his progression path towards coming to full fitness. And let's look forward to the first league game of the season with him. I think that's just what it was.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I just want to say massive thanks for everyone for, enabling us to reach 37,000 subscribers. There is 739 watching on our channel right now with 73 likes. So if there's 739, should we be greedy to say, give us minimum 200 likes on this channel as we kick on the show? And come in with your questions like Jarvis do. Put a Q with your question, and we will address your Q questions at the end of the show. If you want a super chat, donate membership, feel free to do so. I understand in the financial climate that we are now, it's not easy, but you will support the channel bigger than you think. So, and we're wrapping up. Aaron Wan Bissaka, done deal, done, out and go. Big up Aaron Wan Bissaka, get 5 million in his pocket. And I said that all along, they're going to meet in the middle. 15 million for Wan Bissaka. I applaud it. This is a good deal, I think. This is a good deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal. And, I think I'll be happy for the guy. He's a London lad. He wants to be in London. His family lives in London. So I think it's good for him in terms of what what it brings and the closeness it brings and where he's accustomed to. At the end of the day, I think West Ham is getting a very good player, but we're moving to a player that's going to offer a little bit more all round for us in terms of what we want for the profile of play we are trying to achieve.
Yeah. Big up Jamie Vane as well, the legend himself. Rude's face when Rashford missed.
Bro, listen.
How did he align? He opened up this body. It was just a Rashford curling into the corner. It was wider than
something. You wanna know something? I think Rude's face is. I think that's that facial expression. And guys, y'all might say I'm crazy and I'm being excessive because
you're crazy.
I think if Rashford do shape up in the next 10 games, that expression spells the end of his career at Manchester United. Because let me be fully honest, as much as I will say I didn't really care if we win this game or not, and I said that before me. You know what I mean? Whether we win or not, I didn't care. But I need him to perform and show up this season. I need him to be more clinical, and not just because I want to brag about Marcus Rashford. Not because I'm overly critical means I don't think he's a valuable, talented player. But he needs to deliver, Mick. And we can't keep making these hypotheses about him that he will come good. He will come good. He has to come good. You know what I mean? We can't be putting it on all the other players as well, Mick. So I think everybody this season needs to level up. I'm not just saying it about him.
We've been saying that there's going to be a fight for every position, fight for your right, according to Jarvis Cocker's Corner last Mondays, if you missed that.
Fight for your rights.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? Rashford remind me of Darwin Núñez. He just needs to calibrate his shooting boots. There is a good player in Rashford, and I think this is going to be Rashford's season. Jarvis, what you're saying here, of course, we've got to mention in full details, it will be 20 million plus add-ons, but the 5 million will go to pay out his contract. That's it. Goes into his pocket. So, it will be 15 million for United. So, here we go. That's it. Listen, we're going to transition over to the double medical because this was the pivotal moment when you get the here we go for Aaron Wan Bissaka. That means that we're getting 2 Bayern players in for 50 million. I am excited, guys, because now the DeLigt Mazraoui latest news is, of course, both David Ornstein and the legend Fabrizio Romano both concludes that exclusive Man United deal agrees with Bayern Munich for Matthijs de Ligt, 45 plus 5. So it's 45 plus 5 million bonus, 5 plus 1 year contract, medical. Okay, 15 plus 5 for Noussair, 15 million for Mazraoui, and bid accepted. They are going for the medical in Sunday, Monday. So they might be in now and doing Sunday, Monday, but also Fabrizio Romano is also saying, let me just read this with my goggles on. Manchester United are planning Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui day on Monday. Bayern have already approved 45 million plus 5 million fee to de Ligt, 15 plus 5 to Mazraoui, 5 years deals plus for both players. Medical test books, formal steps is now to follow. Mark. Jesus Christ. This is something that we are looking for, right? This is what we've been saying, Mark. And at the end of the day, I am proud of the club for being resolute, to playing the long game, right? This is what we have to applaud because you know what? Mazraoui had a deal for 17.5, but they didn't have the deal with the player and the agent. So we're getting 15 and 45. So that means
that's euros, right? Just remember, clarify as euros because
55 million euros.
Right. No, it's 51 million pounds in total. In pounds. Because, I understand it's 15 plus 5 million in euros, 45 plus 5 million in euros. But, most of the fans, they think in British pounds usually. So it would be like the breakdown would be more like 38 million pounds and 12 million pounds.
Yeah,
for both players.
But we won this deal. We won this grinding war. We did. Because now they need to move on and get Tar, and also there's a Redoué. But the thing is, Matthijs de Ligt will be available for Manchester United against Fulham on Friday, subject to his medical. So if they get him over the line now, they can register him. You know how swift it is? He can play on Fulham on Sunday. And also Mazraoui. This is what we need.
I mean, because you know that they would have traveled yesterday. They would be in Manchester today, probably sorting out arrangements of accommodations and preparing the times for their medicals. So yeah, it will be something that could be done. I'm not too to be honest, Mick. I'm not too stressed about him playing in the first game against Fulham. He hasn't had much time to train. He's just recently came back from his vacation. I think it's one of those things where it might sound great to have him in the squad against Fulham, but in realistic terms, I think we could struggle against Fulham and still win the game.
No, I
maybe
mean
3-1, 4-1.
If you're talking about DeLigt, he only came back on Monday to do his medical and physical test and everything. But it was basically Rafaela Pimenta, his agent, was saying, "Hold back, I'm dealing, I got this." And she even went to the Athletic to leak out the situation to say, "Hang on, we had a 55 million deal, you were willing to accept it, and now just because of the injury of Lenny Euro, you're trying to mug us." But another one bites the dust. Because they got pressure from Bayern Leverkusen and so many more. Kirvin Nixon, they can't end Rashford's contract. He's too fresh and will probably costly for United. They already have Sancho and Anthony. And we're going to talk about Sancho as well and Anthony. Yeah. I know you're a big advocate of Anthony, but there has been some massive criticism in One Football app. And this was an article that Ten Hag is not happy with Anthony.
Yeah, but that article is fake, Mick. I can tell you for now. I watched the Ten Hag reaction to the entire thing, and they're supposing because Anthony didn't play is why Ten Hag is fuming with him. I don't think that's the case. I think, like Ten Hag said in the presser before the game, he said all the players have their own personal perspective training programs to make them all ready to fitness in the start of the season at different stages. And I think his program was behind others based on the fact that he has that injury as well. So I think more or less, we should not be as fans trying to figure out, well, maybe because he didn't play, Ten Hag is upset. But at the same time, maybe it's just because he didn't have a chance because other players are more in line.
No. If you talk about Sanderberg, who you mean is that Sanderberg? No, he didn't have that much injury. He had COVID. And he had one surgery, and he played all the games in 22-23 season in the championship as well. So he's not been that injury prone. I know that for a fact. But Sanderberg is one of the list on the targets. And we're going to talk about that in the next story as well, if we may so. I like Sanderberg, but he's not the number one target. It is actually Ugarte, believe it or not. It is Ugarte. Now, guys, let us just cringe ourselves because Manchester United are now focused on the midfield, according to Fabrizio Romano as well, with Manuel Ugarte still being the primary target to sign. Either PSG must lower down the price or potentially, come to an agreement. You will take Sancho, 60 million evaluation each, swap deal, or Man United will fucking get him on the loan with an obligation to buy, an option to buy. Amrabat is still part of the plan B. Amrabat is waiting. Mark, I want to hear your comments and opinions. How do you think this is going to play out?
Well, I think, what I've noticed was that last night Fabrizio kind of retweeted that, deals are still on for Manchester United. The focus is now a midfielder, and the focal picture was also the same, Manuel Ugarte photo. So in my honest opinion, I always believed that we were negotiating. There was reports that the talks are positive. We know there's an option for a loan with an option to buy and an option for a loan with an obligation to buy. So which always convinced me we would get this player. Now, Sanderberg, I think if we get Ugarte on a loan, possibly getting Sanderberg may not be so far-fetched because, though the Burnley director was saying that they're demanding £30 million, I feel like 25 plus 5 might be a doable situation. And I don't think that might be a bad shout when you look at the reports coming in on possibilities that we might see Eriksen leaving for like 3 to 5 million euros to a club possibly like Anderlecht or maybe Ajax.
Yeah. No, I had some chats with Graham Bailey, the brilliant Graham Bailey this morning over WhatsApp, and also Dale O'Donnell for Strategy News. And I got an explanation that Man United moved away and focused solely to get the DeLigt and Mazraoui over the line and get Wan Bissaka out. But now that's completed. Now they're moving on attending PSG, to be honest. And also, like, we don't know what's going on there, because if you talk about Jadon Sancho, if they get an important deal, 100%, what they've done here is basically, well, you evaluated Ugarte on 60 million. So we will also evaluate our player, Jadon Sancho, on 60. So that means that if we do a swap deal, nobody's losing on the books. But I've been saying that the one that wins on this is Manchester United, because, hey, we're getting Manuel Ugarte on lesser wages, and Sancho, he was on high wages in United. So they will take on Sancho's wages. Now, I think this is going to pan out very soon. Now we are going on the transfer market for the midfield. We've been we're cooling off a little bit. We are looking at Sander Berg, potentially 25 million as an option B, but also Amrabat. So what would you choose? You would take Amrabat on a loan. Would you also take Ugarte on a loan? That means that we don't spend anything, and we just utilize the money to buy a second midfielder, which is kind of a hybrid 6 and 8.
Well, honestly, if we're getting Ugarte, then I would obviously be hoping that the news that was been reported last night, that we are in for Hermoso and Rabiot on a free, both of those players. I think getting Rabiot in on a free would be the better option, in my honest opinion, to pair with Ugarte, because we would have Casemiro still at the club. He would still be the alternative towards the central defensive midfield role. And I think Rabiot would come in as more of an option that would come in and give Kobe Mainoo some rest in some games.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is brilliant business, like, because now we can focus on getting players out, and we can start being box clever, getting players in for free, which leads into the next story as well, guys. There is something in Hermoso. No, it's like Hermoso, the guy is on free. Yeah. What excites me is that we are crying out for a left-footed centre-back. And I didn't expect this to be coming, but here we are. Hermoso in, free left centre-back. Can also play left-back. Let's focus on this one and just, zoom in to see what Romano has been saying. And this was on August 10th, which was 1 day ago. Mario Hermoso has been discussed as an option for Manchester United, still available as a free agent leaving Atletico. I would just say one thing. You play for Atletico Madrid, very defensively astute, right? You know what?
Very high IQ as well.
Yeah.
And you know what? What was the biggest thing for me? Master of the dark arts.
Yeah. Master of the dark arts?
The dark arts, bro, of football.
Yeah.
Not the dark arts, the dark arts of football.
Let's continue the report. But understanding Man United next priority will be Mazraoui deal and Wan Bissaka. That's already completed. So now Hermoso is back. They are definitely going for Hermoso. Listen, they're all over the shop on this one. This is a free. We know we tried to get Brentwaite over, like they tried to mug us, Everton. But this one, Mark, a left-footed centre back, what we need, and can play left back as well. And who other profile can do that? And that was no other than the Portuguese Porto player.
Cancelo.
Yeah, Inácio. But this guy,
Goncalo.
Goncalo Inácio. But how do you rate Hermoso, to be honest?
I really like Hermoso, I mean,
29 years of age.
I hate Atletico Madrid with a passion, I'll be honest. What playing against Atletico Madrid is a difficult situation. It's a violent game, you know what I mean? It's a game where you have to have your wits about you, because these guys, they know how to play. They're very good technically, they're sound, tactically, and they're very good on the ball. And then they know how to play the game against the time of the clock with the referee in sight. Use these are slight advantages. So Hermoso being one of their core players in defense for the last couple of seasons, as well as in the Champions League, is a wealth of experience. And for having young defenders coming into our team like Harry Amas, like Will Fish, like Reece Bennett, you know what I mean? This is the guy that you want to get.
Imagine the defense. When I saw the lineup yesterday, I was going, well, because we reported something that Ten Hag has 2 important positions for Licha. We saw him; he was playing left back yesterday, right?
Yeah, but he was horrible at left back yesterday. I wish to never see him there again. Never again. I'm sorry. Love him at centre back though.
Yeah, but like Jarvis said, I haven't seen much of Mario Hermoso. But from the clips I've seen, he looks mint, right? His attitude and aggressive style seems great. He's an IQ player. Same with Sander Berg. Like, he's not a sexy signing, but he's like a system player with high IQ and the ball distribution. Can play like, multiple positions. And this is what we're all about, right? So Ligt is going to play, like, of course, he's going to play most of the, positions on that position. But Ligt also needs to rotate, and Hermoso seems to be the guy. On a free. So that means that Rabiot, what's going on? Liverpool has stepped away. They don't want Rabiot because they are looking at our other target, which is who?
Well, actually, Liverpool got rejected. Fabrizio said that Rabiot said he said no to Liverpool. He said no to Newcastle. He also said no to Chelsea.
So it's only United. Yeah. So he's coming to United, meaning we're getting 3 players for free there. Like, well, it's not really free. You have to pay them a little bit of a sign-on bonus, but it's not much money. So imagine you get 3 players. You get, like, a Ugarte loan, potentially with an obligation to buy or option to buy. You get a free on Hermoso, astute business, and then you get a Rabiot for free. Imagine that squad, the depth and rotation. Shit.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Listen, right? The astuteness of the business, I would have to applaud it, to be fair. I know the last 2-3 weeks was frustrating for every single United fan, including myself. But at the same time, when you think about it, guys, we all ask for this, in a sense. We ask for a good structure that does great business, that's going to be, bring back a good reputation in doing business in the market. So it's obvious that we're going to be going through some stress. You know what I mean? Some long deals, some long protracted negotiations in some situations, because not all clubs are willing to take a part payoff for deals.
Listen, is there any particular site you want me to bring up for? Is it Ref Report, like when you actually look at his stats, like Hermoso? Jarvis knows it. Jarvis, what is the site that you use to actually look at the character? Jarvis is always bringing up this, like,
Yeah, I know the site you use, but I think you have to pay for it, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Ask Jarvis in the comments, because you could also use SofaScore as well.
Yeah, Hermoso stats. I just put in Hermoso stats. Let's see. Mario Hermoso. Let's see what we are getting in here. In the meantime, Rushman is coming in with some breaking news, I think.
FBref.
Who's FBref? Yeah, FBref. Let's look at FBref. Yeah, accept all. Do you have to pay for this? Oh yeah, here we go. FBref. Let's just pull this to the stage. FBref, Mark. Let's go have a look at Hermoso. Right, add this to the stage. Okay. How do we read into this? Where do we? Okay, we look at this one, like passes attempted, so 83 per 90 percentile, right? Pass completion 88.5. Progressive passes 94 progressive passes, right? Progressive carriers 88. That's quite high as well. Like a nice ball carrier, right? Successful take-ons 90 on the take-ons, right? Touches 49, progressive passes rec 98, right? So how do we read into this? How do we read into this, Mark?
He's a possession-based defender.
Yeah. But aerial, not so good. Aerial duels, not so good. If you look at aerials 17. So it's not so good in the air. But we still have players that could sort of be good in the air. But he is a possession-based high press defender that can sort of beat the press and play the ball out from the back. And that's what we're looking for. Looking for somebody that can play the ball out, right?
100%.
Cool. So let me know, guys, what you think. Hermoso for me on the free. Jesus, he's not going to be the first starter. He's going to be like, rotational religious. And that is, for me, excellent. Also, when I just go in, how many people are now watching? There's 1,351 watching and 106 likes. We achieved the target of 106 likes, but Mark will not do it, the chicken dance. He never does. No, 9. So what else is on the radar? Hermoso, Ugarte, and the striker that I call the BS news, Ferguson from Brighton. I don't think it's going to happen, that one. Now, depends on if Sancho goes. I think we'll go for Maximilian Beer or potentially, hate to say it, but Ivan Toney. Are you willing to take a bet?
No, I won't bet because I hear he's going to Saudi.
To Saudi.
Yeah, Fabrizio has posted about Ivan Toney that he's possibly going off to Saudi. There's been Ali Lala has been appreciating and in contact with him since then.
Ali Lala.
So he's
yeah. Anyway, also there might be what Fabrizio was also saying regarding Casemiro. He believes that at the end, watch out for the end of the window, the Saudi will come in with a scandalous bid for him.
Hopefully,
it's going to happen. And
if it
Scott
happens,
McTominay.
Well, McTominay is the one I really would want to go. Not the fact that I don't appreciate his work ethic and attitude towards the club, but he's just too limited for what we want in the midfield, and I think he's blocking. The performance of basically a young player like Collier coming through.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where for me, I think we should have accepted that £23 million and let him be gone already.
Well, I've been hearing if we get rid of Scott McTominay, we get 2 midfielders in, and keep your eyes on Yusuf Fofana. I mean, not as a number 6, but as a number 8. Yusuf Fofana is more number 8 of a carrier. Or hang on a second, Frankie Bloody de Jong.
It might be more Frankie de Jong because Yusuf Fofana said that he's going to AC Milan yesterday, so he rejected Man United's offer.
We may get a De Jong mustard here, but listen, I wouldn't say to De Jong, like, if Ten Hag, we know how much he loves Frankie, like the prodigy son, like, and if we can get him on £35 million, right, and lower wages, I wouldn't say no. Like, it's a bloody good midfield, to be honest. And Jarvis is saying Mario Hermoso is very similar to DeLigt Blind, stats-wise. Tells me he's a ball player, 100%. And we rated DeLigt Blind.
Yeah, on Opta stats, it's quite different from the stats I see on the FB Ref. So, like, my buddy had sent me a clip of the Opta stats. I don't have it with me right now. I'm actually looking for it in my messages, but I don't know if I saved it right. But when I looked at it, it said that his strong points, according to Octopoint, his strong point was passing, concentration, tackling, and his ability to keep the ball and play out from the back. That was what his strengths was from Opta.
Okay, I have a poll request from Jarvis. Who do you think right, will leave first, right? Was it Maguire, Maggie, or Lindelof? Was it?
Maguire and Lindelof. I think Lindelof will probably leave, to be fair. These guys don't believe that Fabrizio was talking about him going to Saudi. Look at here.
Really?
Bro, I don't lie, bro. I wouldn't lie about that, bro. I think there's definitely some red flags with the fact that none of the London clubs went in for him, and all of them purchased players either of equal value or for a larger fee than what Brentford was offering Ivan Toney. I think United fans need to pay attention to that. Look.
Yeah. Look.
3 hours ago, 3 hours ago he posted
to Saudi, to Saudi. The thing is, the problem, I don't have a problem per se about the player. I have a problem with his attitude, because he hasn't been able to shut up, ever since he was playing for Brentford, talking how much he wants to leave, blah, blah, blah. And nobody really wanted him. Nobody came in from him. Everyone stared away. So have they looked at his profile to say, this is a shit stir. This is somebody that we don't want to be part of the dressing room, right?
I don't even know. It could be that. It could be. I don't even know. I don't know the guy. I think from what I've seen, he's decent. I think for what it's worth, I would like to see more of him performing. But because over the last 4 seasons, he's only scored 36 goals, 20 of them being penalties. For me, that's just certainly not good enough to lead the line for Manchester United. I'd rather stick with Højlund, to be fair. And people might be mad at me for that, but Højlund scored 15 goals last season in all comps. I think as 1 season in the Prem, his first season as a 20-year-old turning 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think if we go for a striker, depends on what happens with Sancho for sure. If Sancho goes to PSG, we might do that deal on a swap, 60 million each. I think that is on the cards. Or if not, Sancho stays and we got getting Ugarte on a loan with an option to buy. But listen, let's just run things up with Fabrizio Romano's latest video. We love you, Fabrizio, but Ornstein has also been the bomber. Let's add Fabrizio to the stage and hear what he had to say yesterday's. Big up Jarvis. Make a poll. I already did Jarvis. I made a poll, and De Jong, what you guys are saying about regarding De Jong, both plays in the team right now. Listen, let's go, Fabrizio. Let's go what he's had to say yesterday.
Because it's important to say that we have many, here we go, and many details to give you. First of all, Wan Bissaka to West Ham is a here we go, is confirmed, is a story we told you here several times, and it's a crucial story because Man United, as I told you many times, were waiting for Wan Bissaka to leave in order to bring in a new right back.
And this is, Mark, what we've been saying for the past 2 weeks. Wan Bissaka was the spider in the web, you know, the domino effect. He was the one holding back everything. So, yeah, it's good to hear that Fabrizio Romano is also saying that. So let's continue to say allora, Fabrizio.
And also a new centre-back. And now it's happening. Wan Bissaka goes to West Ham. Permanent transfer for Man United is an important one because he had 1 year left on his contract. Wan Bissaka had also other possibilities, maybe to stay at United, wait for an opportunity next summer, like Inter. Inter were interested in Wan Bissaka over a potential move next summer on a free, not in a swap deal this summer. But Wan Bissaka decides to accept West Ham. So 5-year contract for Wan Bissaka, medical test Sunday morning, everything done also between Manchester United and West Ham, £15 million. This is going to be the value of the deal, and West Ham are on fire because they're signing many players after the new coach, Lopetegui, Max Kilman, then Guido Rodriguez, Crescencio Somerville, many others now obviously.
Yeah, what a mad window West Ham is having, by the way.
West Ham is having a mad window. Also, Aston Villa doing a little bit of business too. They're looking to sign the Trudeau.
Yeah, true that.
Also, Jean-Claire Todibo, and they have no intention to stop. Also, Nicolas.
Jean-Claire Todibo to West Ham. That hurts. That hurts.
You have something of a release clause, not so? In his contract?
I don't know. It's not really over. They are talking to him, but this was a target that we wanted. We got absolutely shafted for UEFA. Anyway, let's continue.
Fulkrug, obviously, as new striker, the next one will be Wan Bissaka. It's a really, really important one for West Ham and for Manchester United because we can say that after the video I released here on my channel yesterday, if you're following the channel, guys, you can see that yesterday night I told you Man United are going to attack the market. Man United want to sign at least 3 more, could be 4, and now we have the 2 players they wanted. Mazraoui and DeLigt to Manchester United is a here we go. Because the deal is done with Bayern, and we have to mention that Manchester United have been successful in negotiations because they closed the deal as they wanted. Probably
exactly on our terms. Exactly. And you got to love them for doing that, right? I know there's some people in the VR room that say we are not going to get anywhere. And we were trying to educate you. We are in a business now to sell, to buy. And this is now happening. And on our terms in amortization, they try to squeeze out more money. But we say, no. Now we are attacking the market. 3 weeks left. And I think there's going to be a lot of players out. New, fresh players coming in box clever moves.
The timing was longer than expected, but it was worth it for Manchester United because they always wanted to include add-ons in both negotiations. Bayern for almost 2 months were keeping their word. No add-ons, guaranteed 50 million euros fee for Matthijs de Ligt and guaranteed 20 million euros fee for...
Oh, and what happened? We got it for 51 million for 2 players. They wanted 50 plus add-on for de Ligt. Oh, we got 45 plus add-ons. And what? We won.
Obviously.
As part of the negotiation with Manchester United. Man United always been insisting on add-ons, and now we can say that De Ligt goes to Manchester United for 45 million euros plus 5 in add-ons. So there are add-ons included, and these 5 million euros. Bayern sources say that these 5 million euros are quite easy to reach, but it's still add-ons as part of the deal. For Noussair Mazraoui, 15 million euros plus 5 in add-ons. This is the double.
Cheap, 15 million plus 5 add-ons, right?
Deal between Manchester United and Bayern, with Bayern now expected to sign one more centre-back. Jonathan Tah is waiting for them. His agent, Pini Zahavi, is still working on the deal for Jonathan Tah to go to Bayern, so let's wait for the developments for Jonathan Tah to Bayern, but is expected to be the new centre-back for the German club. And then, guys, important to say that now Manchester United will plan for all the formal steps for Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui to travel. So it's expected tomorrow, the medical test for Wan Bissaka. Right after, Manchester United will be ready.
This is today, by the way.
For the travel, the medical of Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui. Both players will sign a 5-year deal at Manchester United, 2029, plus option for further season. This is the agreement, an agreement that the agent of the player, Raffaella Pimenta, reached in June in the case of Matthijs de Ligt. 2 months waiting for Manchester United. De Ligt was already with the national team at the Euros and waiting for Manchester United, not negotiating with any other club. He only wanted Manchester United. And then in July, the same with Noussair Mazraoui. Also, Mazraoui was waiting for United. In this case, Man United arrived later. They decided later that they only wanted Mazraoui. They also considered other options, including Dumfries, including Vanderson, including others, but now they sign Noussair Mazraoui, and the player has been patiently waiting for them, also because Man United believe that Mazraoui can be obviously a very good right back, knows Erik ten Hag so well, they were together at Ajax, but also as left back could be really important to cover that position when sometimes players like Malacia, Luke Shaw are injured, and so for Man United to have one more option like Mazraoui could be really important. So their patience means now a deal done. Remember that the payment terms are also another crucial point for Man United, because De Ligt, 45 plus 5 million euros, will be paid in 3 years. And
3 years.
It's a crucial step for Man United because of financial fair play, and also the timing was absolutely important. Let me tell you guys something more. The Manchester United will now focus on the midfield.
Now we're going to the midfield now. That's what I say. We were focusing to grind Bayern out to get it on our terms. 3 installments, 45. Means we haven't spent bloody nothing on this window, to be honest. And now we can go and attack the midfield.
Let's wait to see what happens with Jadon Sancho. Sancho is one of the cases of this market, but in terms of new midfielder, Manchester United remain busy. Man United spoke to the agents of Sander Berge. Man United called the agents of several players in the midfield in terms of opportunities, but their top target remains Manuel Ugarte from PSG. In order to sign Ugarte, there are 2 chances. Or PSG drops the price, because Man United will not pay crazy money. Otherwise, Man United should sell at least one player in that position. Could be McTominay, could be Casemiro. We will see. But Man United needs a sale in order to finance the deal for Manuel Ugarte. Otherwise, they will go for another midfielder, potentially cheap midfielder. So let's see what happens with options like Sander Berge. They spoke to the agent. I always told you that Sofian Amrabat was not signed on a permanent transfer from Fiorentina, but remains a player in the list of Manchester United, appreciated by Erik ten Hag. So they have some.
So in summary, if we stop Fabrizio here, if you read what he's saying, if United sells McTominay, that money will go for Ugarte, or potentially get Ugarte on a loan and buy Sanderberg or somebody else. So Sanderberg is an easy deal to make for 25 million, right? You sell Scott McTominay for 25. That's pure profit, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think? Well, I mean, he is Ugarte. This debunks the story, but a lot of journalists was going, it's off. No. They just walked away and focused on getting the De Ligt down and selling Aaron Wan Bissaka, and also negotiating for Fulham for McTominay. Mark, what do you think is going to happen here if you had a crystal ball?
De Ligt and Rabiot. I think that's going to be the prospective midfield pairing, possibly an Amrabat.
De Ligt and Rabiot? De Ligt is not.
I mean, Ugarte and Rabiot. Ugarte, Rabiot, possibly Amrabat. Because, you know, we've had him waiting a second summer, all summer long. I think those might be the prospective signings. The Sanderberg deal is not an easy deal to do, in my opinion. With the Burnley chief saying he wants £30 million, no less, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to negotiate anything less than 25 plus 5 in add-ons. And I think he's decent, but I don't think we should spend 30 million on him right now. Maybe we could use that money to get another player in the defense, or possibly another attacker, if so be it. But
in a way, VR rumors and people are tuning in. Like, this is something that we haven't seen United doing before. We are actually negotiating on our terms, and we are doing it smart so we can get in as many players on amortization as possible, since it's not going to cost us very much. I know the budget is a constraint, so they walked away from Ugarte a little bit just to focus to get these, McTominay out. I believe he's going to go for 25, 100%. Get him out. You can go back to PSG to say, listen, you want Sancho, 60 million. Yeah, 60 million swap, or we take Ugarte on the loan with an obligation to buy. And we just utilize that money that we sell for Scott McTominay to buy another midfielder. So I think that they are doing box clever stuff right now. Of course, they've been in contact numerous of players just in case the shit hits the fan. And I think they're smart. You're just not putting one egg in the basket. You are speaking to multiple eggs in the basket. You sit there and you roost, and whoever hatch will be the one that they will sign for a good price and for a good, 20 million, 25 odd million, right? But regarding the left back situation as well, there will also be money then available for the left back. And Fede Kadioglu is still on the list, as per my understanding, because as we said, let Brighton do the hard work and let Manchester United come in and just say, well, wait a minute. Fenerbahce, you want Lindelof. Let's do this. You take Lindelof, we take from, Fede Kadioglu for 20 million, 25.
Maybe 30, and if we swap in Lindelof in the deal, maybe 20 million. I think we could at least get 8 from them for Lindelof. It will be a fair deal at that point. Yeah, I agree.
Well, Sandra, big up to you, Sandra. We also have big up for you. There was all in Manchester. Who was that? Ian Fitzpatrick, big up for you. Was it you that said you were in? Yeah. Nice sunny day in Manchester. Locals really optimistic for next season. What is the mood where you are? The locals, everyone is now back on the Endorphins FC bandwagon, 100%. Sandra Mayes is also here. She's also from Manchester as well. What you saying, Sandra? How can we afford these players? Well, it's very simple, Sandra. United is simply going in on their terms to say, listen, we are willing to give you the money, but on our terms. That means that we can break the payments in 3 to 4 years installments. So, if it's 45 million for the Ligt, you split it up in 3 payments, and that is only going to be registered on this year. So you're actually beating the FFP and the PSR, and plus you're selling a lot of players. So how you balance the books? So net spend doesn't really exist. We might end up spending 100 million with amortization this season, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
And then if you look at it prospectively, at the same time, you have to push. Look at the fact that we did have 50 million pounds to spend before the window began. Yeah. And before we actually started spending, the new fiscal year began, which also enabled us to spend a little bit more than just the 50 million that we had initially. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I look at it like Man United is doing good business. We have only spent a total of somewhere in the region of 50 to 60 million pounds at this current time, with the inclusion of purchases of DeLigt as well as Mazraoui, Euro and Xerxes so far. So yeah, that's good business. That's 60 million.
That's good business.
We got 4 players in the door. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why we're allowed to spend right now.
100%. We're about to close the shop very soon. Mark, you got to go as well, as per my understanding. But listen, we created a poll according to Jarvis Corner. He wanted us to create a poll to say, who do you think will leave first? Will it be Maggie, Maguire, or Lindelof? And 76% said Lindelof will leave first. And I believe so too, because there is Fenerbahce coming in and Jose Mourinho. And I think there could be a deal, an interesting deal to be made. Like, you want Lindelof for 10 million. We want Kadioglu, the left back. Can we do something? And I believe we could. So as Fabrizio Romano saying, as per my understanding as well, it's going to be a very 3 weeks window. Man United will be very, very, very busy. Sandra, big up that you understood what we're trying to explain. We're trying to do as most educational as possible. Let's dive right into the Q&A, Mark, because that is kind of the way we like to roll. Big up Yorkshire Cowboy as well. Legends in the house. Let's do in the Q&A. This is the way we roll. And Jarvis is, we already covered this, but Anthony Milligan is coming in with his question. There are a number of players that need to buck their ideas up this season or leave. Who are they, Mark?
I would say that should apply to any player who's been at the club more than 3 seasons, give or take, because I would look at it like some of the players here 1 or 2 seasons might be still struggling with adaptation, or they might be younger players that, you know, prospectively could be given 1 more season to refocus their energies and fix themselves. But this season, prospectively, I would say there's a few players like, you know, I mean, you can't coach speed, so Maguire, you know what I mean, it is what it is with that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Marcus Rashford definitely needs to level up and show that he is the most senior attacker in the squad in this current moment. All eyes must be on him because he is the leader up front. Regardless if anyone wants to acknowledge it or not, he's 27 years old now. He's been at the club 9 seasons. Yeah, he has
good
to
question
deliver.
though. Yeah, good question. I would say that everyone needs to up the game. Nobody's safe. It's like you got to fight for your right for all the places. But before we continue, this is the final part of the show. If you have questions, please come in. Start with the queue.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Remember, there's no bad questions. The truth is always your truth. Whatever it's been reported, we are here reporting the news. But come in with your questions as per usual. I believe that we are doing things on the market, and that is my truth. And I believe what Fabrizio is saying. It's going to be a very important 3 weeks left of the window. What's most important for me, Mark, that we actually sorted the Ligt and Mazraoui. They're going to be registered. If everything goes well with the medicals, they're going to be playing on Sunday against Fulham, and that is astute. Let's continue with your questions, guys. What do we have here? Mark, I'll let you lead the questions, to be honest. We have Kervin Nixon. What are you saying, Kervin? We are playing games on Thursdays and Sunday. Do you trust Casemiro with games so close apart? I know I don't. We still need competition in those positions. Mark, apply your logic and reasoning.
I agree with him here. Yeah, Curran is a Trinidadian, so I get exactly what he's thinking, to be fair. Big up to him coming in. I think, honestly, you know, that's why we made Ugarte a priority target, so maybe we could rest Casemiro in some games, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have to play both games, both weeks. But that same logic would apply to most of the players in the squad. You know, it would also be applying to Luke Shaw, whether he's fit or not. He can't no longer play 2-3 games a season, you know, based on the injury recovery and what he has to do going forward to manage that injury that he has. So it's going to be the case with multiple players in our starting lineup. Even Kobe Mainoo. Like, I don't think Kobe Mainoo should be playing week in, week out, 90 minutes plus every single game. Maybe he can come out, he could play some game 90 minutes, the next game 60. It's the same thing I would say for Bruno. This is why we need to have at least 2 players for every position in the team. So that's definitely a fact. No matter
it's a fact. It's a fact, but we're going to have multiple players to choose from. So when was the last time you saw United having squad depth, looking at the bench and saying, "Oh, we have bundles to pick from"? So yeah, I don't think that Casemiro will be able to play all those games. I think there's going to be a rotation. I think Collier might be playing on Thursdays in Europa. We have options anyway. Jolly Mamin is coming in with the next question. What are you saying, Jolly? Is Xerxes carrying a knock? Has he only completed a full training day? I think that it's too early for him. He just started one training day and he was part of the match day squad. I think it's a case of we just slowly embedding him in, to be honest. Like, we didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, I think that's just the case. I don't think he's carrying a knock, but Ten Hag said in a presser that he only had 3 training sessions, and 1 full training. So I think that's based on his prospective personal program that's getting him geared up for fitness to begin the season. That's what I think.
Joseph Cocker says, well, I think United should strengthen the back. Yeah, we do 100%. Deadlifts here. When we go to the gym, we do deadlifts to strengthen our back, Joseph. At least that's what I do. And I think that's what we are heading towards. Like as we discussed on the show, we're getting the Ligt in, we're getting in Mazraoui. They can play left backs and right back, multiple positions. Plus, we're getting in Hermoso on free as a left-footed centre back to rotate with Licha. Neil Driscoll is coming in here. Any truth United going for bid for Brentwood? No, that is off. That is off.
Mick.
Yep.
Mick. We have something coming in.
Oh my God!
Shit. I wasn't ready to duck. Oh, wait a minute. That was Romano.
Yeah.
Rush, you're madman. We're about to close the stream. You're doing the Q&A, and you're killing us with your kindness. 20 gifted memberships from Romano. And congratulations. Welcome to the members crew who was gifted membership by Romano. Let me see. Yes, let's go. Martin Woodward was gifted a membership by Romano. Falio P, also a member. Welcome to the family. Lee Hammer, Bassmaster Down Under. Wow, we have Bassmaster Down Under all the way from Australia, I guess it is. Let me know if you're from Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. And Ambry Ray was gifted membership as well. William Haggerty was gifted a membership as well. Paul Glennon was gifted a membership, and the Morten Haakonsen. Morten Haakonsen must be a Norwegian name. Yes, it is. Morten was gifted a membership. Big up. We have Scandinavians in the house. We have Aussies in the house. We have Jarvis is in the house. He's Norwegian as well. And Tony Clued Gunner TV. Wow, Tony Gunner TV. Yeah, I know you, mate. Listen, we got to do a show together, Tony. So big up. You became a member. It's always good to see some rivals in the chat as well. And Design was gifted a membership. Ruben Manayaya was gifted a membership. Captain Fun, Luis Araiza, and Ginger Bish 23. Kevin Leahay and Paramount and Sigma Mindset. Red United 30, Austrian United. We have Austrians in the house, and Andy Young. If I missed anyone, me pardon if I missed it. But listen, at the end of the day, guys, welcome to the family. Yeah, thank you, Romano, the legend himself, and Romano always provide us with the latest news as well. So, guys, you know what to do in the comments in the VR. Give him his massive roses and love hearts. He's one of our legends and moderators. All right, yo, then. So, welcome to the family. We missed Jarvis to say he's like, welcome to the family.
Yeah, I can't even begin to try it, bro. Big up, Jarvis. When you get back, you have to do that double time. Big up to you, Brewski.
Yeah. Brewski.
But
all right.
Let's get back into the reports, the questions that you're into before, Mick. Let's get into those.
McTominay needs to go ASAP. Yes, we can't argue.
Well, that's a statement we all agree with. You know what I mean? Can't argue with that.
What else do we have here? Sandra May is coming in here as well. Oh yeah. By the way, Angie saying, guys who got free memberships, please thank the legends Romano. And also, if you get a free membership, that means that you're being gifted that for 30 days. But if you want to support a lovely channel, come back after 30 days, and it's only going to cost you 99 pence or €1. It depends on where you live. I know it's financial constraints, but if you want to support us, we're on a path for 40,000 subscribers and forever grateful. We promised we would do more member live streams and more content when Jarvis comes back. But Jarvis is now sunbathing in Marbella with his kids and looking at some beautiful senoritas. Drinking margaritas.
I see Neil Driscoll is coming in with a question for you right now, and he's asking, any truth in the United going to bid for Branthwaite 65 million? I would leave that to you, because my opinion would be kind of negative on that.
We have a crescendo at the very end of this question, so I'm not going to tell you, but you better be ready to duck with Mike Tyson coming with a super punch to be said. Any truth of United going for Branthwaite? No, that one is out. Basically, United is going in for Hermoso for free. So why would they pay 65 million for a left-footed centre back? No, Neil Driscoll, I don't think that is that. I think that is off. Are we actually getting? Are we actually not getting a left back? That's the Yorkshire Cowboys question. I think we are. Kadioglu, be mindful of that one. We spoke about that potentially getting a deal over the line for Fenerbahce, Lindelof going there, and we might acquire to sort of do a little bit of a dealing and wheeling in between there. We know that Brighton has been whining and dating him, but he doesn't really want to go there. Let them tire him out, and we will just come in and swoop in, like what you do at the closing time hours when you go to the bar, Mark. You let others just do the talking, buy them drinks, and in come you, this smiley Mark Nurse. Say, Mr. Lover. Ooh, Mr. Bombastic.
Also, there's also the possibility of another left back target that has a release clause, and that's Miguel Gutierrez. So we can also look out for that. Don't be surprised, guys. You might even hear of a guy that we have not talked about, or no one has even suspected.
All right, Mark, are you ready for the sledgehammer? Are you ready to Duck.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
If it was a street brawl, Mark, you wouldn't have a chance. I was fast like a butterfly, spin like a bee, and Paul SC coming with 99p. Yay!
Big up to Paul coming in, and he's asking the chat and Mick and myself, will Sancho get sold this window? Will Ugarte come? If so, it's the best window in the last 10 years. By the way, get Rashford out or bench him. Garnacho plus Ahmad, better on the wings. Big up to you, Paul S. coming in. I would have to agree with you with almost everything you say. I'm not too sure about Sancho. If we do get the deal done, I think it would be good business. If not, he would probably do well on the wings. Ugarte, 100%. I think he's going to be here. You're going to probably hear an announcement of him this week, most likely on a loan. And Rashford, well, we seem to be agreeing. Either get him on the bench or get him out the door because he's not been doing his job as far as I'm concerned.
With that, Paul, I give you my special little bit hotter meter. Hot. Thank you, Paul. You know what it is? You have such an amazing point. This is the maddest window I've seen for at least 10 years covering United. But you know what? It's always been like, you know, we're sitting here 3 weeks left and done non-business and we're going like this. You know, angry mini-me that is now happy, and AI is an amazing tool. So, Paul, I think that Sancho will potentially be sold to PSG with a potential swap deal as an option. What we discussed, they evaluate Ugarte for 60 million. They bought him for 60 million, and it's like you're going to a car. You bought a car, you bought your Tesla, you know, 1 year ago for 60 million, and now you're not happy with the Tesla because you want to have an upgrade, and you go back to the car sale. It's like, can you give me the same? It's like, screw you guys. So they put a valuation of 60 for both players, and there might be a straight swap, or if that doesn't happen, Sancho stays and we get an Ugarte on a loan with an option to buy. So in that case, if we get Maguire out the door as well, looks like we're getting McTominay out the door, Lindelof is going, Wan Bissaka is already gone. That is a astute window. And if that happens, I will bet on you to say this is the 10 out of 10 perfect window. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, regardless of what it is, even if we only get another 2 players out, let's say a Lindelof and a McTominay, and players come in, I think it's already a 10 out of 10 already that way. So if Sancho goes, it would be a plus. I'm just saying, if Rashford could go, it would be 100%, 10 times better than I ever imagined.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, it is what it is. I think it's already better than what we've seen in the last 2 windows so far.
Okay, before we close the shop, I'm going to play my classic. I love this one. And it's about Harriet Maguire.
I need you to promise me that you'll be on your best behavior.
I promised other people that I'd be on my worst behavior. And I gave my word, so.
Don't make me fire you.
You can't fire me. You're acting manager, not office manager, so you have no firing powers.
Don't make me pre-fire you.
You wouldn't dare.
Watch this. You're pre-fired. And when I'm promoted, you'll be full fired.
If you get promoted. And if you haven't fallen in love with me by then.
What?
Question. Will he leave? He's the cockroach that never leaves.
I mean, if United already made the decision to pay off Lindelof, to pay off Wan Bissaka for them to leave, then if they're getting a deal and they could make the deal happen by paying off these players, I think it will be done. Now we have to be perspective on this. At the end of the day, you know, it's not necessary to do all of that in this one window. You know, we just need to do enough to give us enough of a chance to fight next season, to improve, to be better, give Ten Hag as much options as possible. There's still a January window where players could leave as well. So, you know, guys, you know, I mean, we mightn't get players out in this window right now, but January, you could see these guys leaving. You know what I mean? And more players coming in. So
okay. For me,
time.
I have no agenda about Harry Maguire. I'm just looking at the way we are trying to play out from the back. And he played yesterday, did okay. but still like some wobbly passes. For me, if we get him out of the door and forget all the other players out of the door, and the last man standing, the last coyote, is actually Luke Shaw that needs to go as well. Like, you know, come on, guys. If we do that, I'll definitely do this one. Yeah,
exactly.
I would do those periods because that would be a 10 out of 10 window for me. If we get Maguire out the door, if we get Lindelof out of the door, we get Scott McTominay out the door. Aaron Wan Bissaka is already out. But the next in line should be 100% Luke Shaw. What the hell is going on with this guy, man? Seriously? Seriously? Mark, can you go over there? Can you send somebody over to say, what's wrong, Lukey? What's wrong? Do you trust the Force anymore? Or come to the dark side? We rip up
I think, to be fair, with what happened with Luke is a sad situation. I think, you know, it's something that, you know, at best you could manage, because if anyone knows about these types of muscle injuries, when they start to go into atrophy, it's more of a sort of a disease that eats away at your muscles' ability to expand and contract and perform at high levels. So, you know, it's one of those things where he could manage it, but he's not going to be able to repair himself to come back to be the best Luke Shaw. So it's one of those things for me that it was going to be eventual that he would be moved on. He's been at the club for 10 seasons already now. You know, he played less games than Anthony Martial due to being out injured. So it's one of those things where we had this energy for Anthony and we didn't have this energy for this guy. I think it's time for him to go.
Yeah, big up on Gerald. I never seen your name here, so welcome to the family, boy. I agree what you're saying, my man. We need to take advantage of sell this Deadwoods as much as possible. Jolly Mamin is also saying Shaw could struggle passing a medical test for the next move. Can you imagine, right? I just can't get it in my head. In my beautiful mind, sometimes crazy mind, I can't get it. Like, you know, you go to England in the Euros, we send you away with an on one condition: get yourself fit. Like, this is your preseason training. You get yourself fit for the semifinals and the finals, and then you're bloody injured when we need you, and we're paying your salaries. I said last season he was available 48%. 48%. Man, please, dude, just rip up his contract. He's got 1 year left on his contract, or what's the situation?
I think he has 1 year left on his contract with a possible extension, but that's if the club triggers the extension. I believe that's how it works. So it's probably till 2027. Yeah. So in one of those things where, for me, we gotta get him out. You know what I mean? He's blocking Hamas, and he has to go. It's time.
Did you say we are blocking Hamas?
He is blocking Hamas. Luke Shaw is blocking Hamas.
Oh God, I was thinking about that.
The Harry that we like, the Harry we want to play in our team. He is blocking him.
You made me think about Hamas in Gaza. You said Hamas. Okay, sorry about that one. Last question comes from the legendary. Basically, Kat was saying, like, you know, he's only ever fit when international comes around. But you know what? Gareth Southgate is no more Southgate. Bye-bye, Southgate. And we have a final question from the legendary Angie, the queen herself. Question: I thought Eriksen was supposed to go back to Ajax. What's going on with Eriksen? I think he's also out of the door, right?
Yeah, I think Eriksen, you know, the problem with that deal is that Anderlecht came in with an offer. I think Ajax was trying to get him in on a loan, but Ajax is coming in with an offer. So that's the reason why there has been a delay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's 2 years with an extension or a year with an extension. No, it's not 3. I know it's not 3, bro.
Oh, no. I instantly got a headache when I read this one.
No, but we can get that. Hopefully it's not that much, bro.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully. I think that's
What are we going to do? What going to do with the drunken sailor? What going to do with the drunken sailor? Y'all, if it's 3 years, I'm shitting my pants, seriously. Okay. Thank you, beautiful people. And for you that had PTSD, for me and Mark, they've been sitting here week in, week out, day in and day out, to say, calma, police, like Radiohead. Calma, police. Trust this process. We're heading towards a busy 3-week window. We're going to get players out. Hopefully, we might have a busy 10. Yeah, I believe.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. But one most important thing is we're building a squad with squad depth, and everyone, you gotta fight for your right to play for United. Right, dun, dun, dun. Anyway, I would just like to thank Paul S. as well for your brilliant super chat. I would also like to thank Romano for your 20 gifted membership. I'd like to thank also beautiful Angie as well for being member for 14 months, right? What would we do without Angie? And also Angie gifted 10 memberships as well. So yeah, we had 30 new members coming in today with Romano 20 as well. And we have this beautiful super chat from Paul S as well. We love you for that. Massive big questions, but I'm afraid we cannot take every single questions. So tomorrow, let me just talk about tomorrow. There'll be another day tomorrow. And hopefully we will wake up and Mark and I might do a morning show. And when we wake up, we might have some fresh breaking news regarding the team situation. But in the evening, it's usually Jarvis Cocker's Corner, 9 p.m. UK. But as you've been knowing, Jarvis is there in Malaga with his kids and also looking for senoritas with margaritas. So he's not going to be able to do the show tomorrow. But in his absence, it's going to be Botswana Papi. It's going to be Stu. It's going to be Tom Journalist and potentially also John Commode. So Jarvis, if you're listening, send the link to John Commode tomorrow when I create this stream. Mark, any final words from you? Are you feeling endorphins FC? What's going on?
Well, I just hoping that we get Here We Goes for Hermoso, Rabiot, and Ugarte. Anything could happen after that. You know what I mean? Arthur Samuel is coming and asking the question. I think Arthur and Ugarte and Hermoso probably will be before the end of this coming week.
Yeah, we'll see. Mark, my beautiful Mark, Mr. Latte, Mr. Late. When you read late,
I'm super late now because I stuck around a lot longer than I should have.
Yeah. How do you like my new Nico Williams haircut?
It was Nico Williams. I thought you were going for the Zlatan, you know, the Italian version.
No. You
of
see, I put Nico Williams streaks in there, like, you know. I want to be.
But
like
I mean, Zlatan had streaks when he played in Italy, like Ronaldo did as well. So.
All right. Anyway, that's it, folks. Yorkshire Cowboy, everyone. Ian Fitzpatrick, big up to you. And Neil Driscoll, I saw you in the chat, Neil. Love you, Neil. Cat is in the house. Yorkshire Cowboy, Angie, Jarvis Cocker, you know, Charlie Malmin, Cat is here. Story. We had so many legends in the Z house. Danny B, what else? Danny B, all we want to see is happy people, smiling people. And listen, at the end of the day, just want to sort of disclose that we have 2,205 watching us live. Mark is smiling. We had 143 likes. If we can get 200 likes after this video is finishing, I'll be super happy. And everyone, welcome to the family who became a member. Mark, you got to go, right?
Yeah, I got to go. Guys, thank you for having me. Big up to all of you. Have a great day. You know what? It's bright outside. You know, maybe you guys could enjoy it with the family and the friends. You know what I mean? You got to enjoy the little moments because, you know, sometimes the ups doesn't always outweigh the downs. Big up.
Yeah. And it's the Newton's law of gravity. What comes up must come down. And this is Manchester United grinding it out. So do expect a busy 3 weeks. This has been the fantastic Sunday roast with Mark. Mark left. Mark came late. But if we summarize everything, is that we have a triple medical. Wan Bissaka, here we go. DeLigt Mazraoui, here we go. And we are now moving on the market for attacking the midfield. According to Fabrizio Romano, we are going for another midfielder, which most likely is going to be Ugarte and potentially another midfielder. I love you, everyone. It's time to say goodbye. Like that song with Sarah Brighton and what's his name? Time to say goodbye. But you know what to do, guys. Please do us a favor, like and subscribe. Damn, wrong button. I was hangover. But you know what? Like and subscribe, and we should see you to the next one. We should see you in the morning and also in the evening with Jarvis Cocker's Corner. Be Mick Ruby here with Mark Nurse. Having our say, and hopefully we made your Sunday a better day. Glory, glory, Manchester United. And you know what? Peace, love, and always go banana. Peace.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.
It's like that song Journey. Don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. We're going to get 3 players out at least and 3 more players in. Are you excited? Goodbye, people.